Something that I used to love that my mom would make for me.
You want to try some, Dad?
Yeah. Here, have a bite of this one. No, have a bite of this one.
Did you already bite this side?
No. I didn't. It's good, right? What do you think? Tell the fans. What do you think about it?
Hot but good.
All right. See you guys. Well, hey, Fishless fam. Thank you for coming, spending another evening with me out at the campfire. So I was just sitting around the other day, just kind of like reminiscing about, when was the first time that I can remember growing up eating fish? What got me into wanting to have fish? And I guess like many of us, our parents probably fed us fish sticks. And I remember eating tuna fish sandwiches growing up also. So I guess fish sticks, tuna fish sandwiches, those are probably the first two types of fish meals that I ate growing up. My mom also made us a fried fish fritter. So basically what she did was she used codfish. Now, with me being in North Georgia, I can't go out and catch codfish, but there are an abundance of bluegill. So what I decided to do was catch bluegill and whip up my version of fish fritters using my mom's recipe, but using bluegill instead of codfish. So before we get into the recipe portion of the video, I did want to show you guys a clip of making two sauces that I like to eat when I have fried fish. I make a creamy cocktail sauce and also make a homemade tartar sauce. Oh, and if you guys stick around, there's also going to be a guest appearance in the clips coming up. So anyway, just stay tuned, and we're going to check out how I make tartar sauce and creamy cocktail sauce. So the first sauce that I'm going to do, I make a homemade tartar sauce, and the ingredients I use for that is mayonnaise, sweet salad cubes, and then salt, pepper, and a little bit of dillweed. So the first thing that I want to do is grab a spoon, and that's cocktail sauce. We'll get to that here in a second because I'm also going to make a homemade creamy cocktail sauce. All right. So in my house, it's just me and my wife that eat the tartar sauce. So I'm going to put about 3 tablespoons of mayo, and then I'm going to add it's about 2 tablespoons to start out of the salad cubes, the sweet salad cubes. All right, and just give that a quick stir. So it's real simple to make your own tartar sauce at home, and in my opinion, it always ends up tasting a lot better than what you can buy at the store. And it's, you always have these simple ingredients usually at your house anyway. I mean, you may not have the salad cubes, but I've even diced up my own pickles before and threw those in there. So then we're going to add a few shakes from the salt shaker, some pepper, and then I take some dillweed and throw that in as well. As little, as much as you like. I never measure when I'm cooking for the most part. I'm just eyeballing everything just from years of doing it. So, all right.
I can't play.
All right. I don't know if the camera can pick it up real well, but that's your homemade tartar sauce right there. Okay. All right. Let's just give that a quick taste. Oh yeah, that's good right there. Yep, perfect. Okay. So we're gonna put this in the fridge and let it cool for a couple hours until we eat dinner. All right, and then for the homemade creamy cocktail sauce, it's real simple. We're gonna get us a clean spoon here. And then we're just gonna do a couple tablespoons of mayo. And then your favorite cocktail sauce. Just give it a quick shake. Get everything mixed back in the bottle real good. And then I'm just gonna add, I usually add more of the cocktail sauce than I do the mayonnaise, because I like the horseradish taste that's in the cocktail sauce. So, you know, it's all personal preference. If you would prefer to have less of that bite, you could put less of the cocktail sauce and just go with more of the mayonnaise. But I like mine to have the horseradish taste kind of overpowering it. And I don't even add any salt, pepper, or any other seasonings to this, because it's all the seasonings are already in your cocktail sauce. So you get that mixed up, and that's what you're left with. So it's just a creamy cocktail sauce. And if I ever make like a fish sandwich or anything, this is usually what I'll put on it. And if you want to kick it up a little bit too, you could always add some of the salad cubes to it. And then you'll get a little bit, it's almost like a zingy or tangy, like Thousand Island sauce at that point. If you add the salad cubes to it, it's all up to your preference and what you like. So let's give that a quick taste. Oh yeah, just the way I like it. Just like the tartar sauce, we're going to stick this in the fridge to chill for a little while we are preparing our bluegill fritters. So stay tuned, guys. Hey everyone, welcome back to the fire. I hope you enjoyed the creamy cocktail sauce and the tartar sauce that I just whipped up. So before I get into the actual recipe of making the bluegill fritters, I wanted to explain a little bit about what I did to catch the fish. So went up to a mountain lake up in North Georgia over the weekend. This time of year with the bluegill spawning and being close to the banks, I did a little bank fishing. I used a 1/64 ounce jig head on 4-pound line with a light action rod. And then I was just basically casting under some tree lines. The bluegill will move in close to the banks this time of year, and that's where they'll make their beds. So it was pretty easy. I was there about 2 hours or so, caught 17 fish, and I kept the 5 biggest ones. And that's what we're going to use in the recipe today. So just make sure, if you haven't already done so, that you hit that subscribe, like, and notification button so you know every time that I'm dropping a video. And then also, if you would like to have me send you a free Fishless Fishermen sticker, please send me an email at thefishlessfisherman@gmail.com and let me know what your address is, and I'll get one in the mail for you. And I also want to take a quick second to give a shout out to my late mom. Mom, love you, miss you. And like always, just wish that you were here enjoying everything I'm doing with the channel. So without any further ado, let's get into the recipe portion of the video. You guys stay tuned. I'm going to enjoy my coffee and sit out here by the fire. Take care. So the first thing that we're going to do is I've got 5 bluegill that I had caught off camera and got them filleted. So what I'm going to do is we are going to chop up the fillets into bite-sized pieces, and we're going to mix them with all-purpose flour, 1 egg, salt, pepper, onion powder, garlic powder, and some water. So you're basically going to want to make it into the consistency of like a pancake batter, and then put the bluegill in with that batter, mix it all together, and then I'm going to show you how we deep fry them here coming up. But first thing that I want to do is take our bluegill fillets and we're just going to cut them up into healthy sized chunks. All right, we'll get them in our bowl here. All right, I'm going to finish cutting these up, and then I'll get back with you here in a moment, and I'll show you all the bluegill that we've got left to put into our batter. Stay tuned. All right, everyone, welcome back. So I've went ahead and diced all of the bluegill, and this is what we are left with. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get my mixing bowl, and we're going to put, I'd say probably start with about a cup of flour in the bowl. Okay. All right, and then we're going to go ahead and we're going to add our egg. All right, so we got one whole cracked egg. Get that off to the side right there. And then we're going to add a little bit of water to start with. All right, and then we're going to add some salt. Some pepper. Then we got some garlic powder. And onion powder. Now, I'm making this recipe just like my mom did. So growing up, us kids, we didn't like chunks of peppers, onions, things like that in it. So she always substituted with the powders so we could get the flavor in there, but we didn't have the chunks of the vegetables in it. So today I'm making it just like my mom would have made it. Now, if you guys want to, you could always add onions, peppers, things like that to make it more like a crab, like almost like a crab cake consistency, I guess. But with it being Mother's Day, I'm making it just like my mom used to make it for us kids growing up. So you want to give that a stir. Just incorporate all the ingredients together. And remember, you're just looking for the consistency of almost like pancake batter. And then you want to always start out adding a little bit of water at a time, because you can always add more water. You can't take any out. If it's not the right consistency, then you can go back and add a little flour to it also. So this is kind of where we're at right now. So I'm going to add a little bit more flour to this. I want it to be a little bit stiffer. So we'll just add a little bit more flour in here. And then we will give that another quick stir. Okay. All right. And then because I added some more flour, I'm going to hit it back up with a little bit extra salt, pepper, and the other seasonings. Now, one thing I didn't think of that you could also add to it if you want to is Old Bay. That would probably be pretty good if you like to kick it up a little bit. Give it a little spice. All right, so give that a quick stir. All right, so you see that's a little bit thicker consistency. That's pretty much about what you want. And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to add the bluegill to it. Now with the bluegill, what I did was after I filleted them, I had them sitting in salt water overnight. Like I said, my mom used to make this with codfish. She'd do salted codfish. So I wanted to mimic that the closest way that I could. So I gave them a saltwater bath overnight just to salten up the bluegill meat a little bit. All right, so we've got the meat mixed in with everything. And this is what you're left with. Okay. Now the egg that I put in there is just going to act a little bit as a binder for when we're deep frying it. Okay. Let's see. I'm going to add just a little bit more flour. Thicken it up just a little bit more. All right, and this is what we're left with. Perfect. Okay, so I'm going to straighten up my mess a little bit. We're going to get the oil warmed up, and then we'll catch you back over by the frying pan, and we're going to dip them in the grease and see how they turn out. Stay tuned. Hey everyone, welcome back. Hope you enjoyed the prep portion of the bluegill fritter recipe. So now I'm going to take you into the actual deep frying portion of the video. So what I do is I like to use vegetable oil. Some people use canola or peanut oil. I personally prefer vegetable oil. I just don't think that it burns as quick as the peanut oil does. You want to set the temperature to about 350, and then I just use a tablespoon to dip into the batter and then drop into the oil. So depending on how thick your batter is, you want to go 3 to 5 minutes on each side, give it a flip. So we're going to take a spoonful, so a tablespoonful of the batter. I'm just going to drop it into the hot oil. You want the oil to be about 350. All right, so we're going to let them sit in the oil bath for a few minutes. Let them start getting them crispy golden brown, and then I'll flip them over. Let them cook evenly on both sides. So we'll see how they turn out. All right, so been timing it. I had them on one side for about 5 minutes, and then gave them a flip. So they're just now starting. You can see on that side it's got a light golden brown to them. So I'm going to give the other side about 5 minutes. So these are about done. Give them another 45 seconds to a minute, and then we'll take those out. Let them finish cooking while they're resting on the plate. All right, that's the finished product right there. Fresh bluegill fritters. All right, guys, so here we are. This is the finished product. Let me break one open for you guys so you can see right there. Oh yeah, you can see that bluegill meat in there. White, flaky meat. I'm going to try it with the creamy cocktail sauce. Oh yeah, that's good. Now, let's take a bite with the homemade tartar sauce. I like them both. We're going to be eating good tonight. All right, guys. Appreciate you watching me cook these up. Something that I used to love that my mom would make for me.
You want to try some, Dad?
Yeah. Here, have a bite of this one. No, have a bite of this one.
Did you already bite this side?
No, I didn't. It's good, right? What do you think? Tell the fans. What do you think about it?
Hot but good.
All right, see you guys. Hey everyone, welcome back to the campfire. I appreciate each and every one of you if you've stuck with me this far into the video. I really enjoyed it. Making recipes or cooking up recipes that my mom used to do when I was growing up. It just really brings back great memories of her. And I'm glad I'm able to share it with you all. So thanks again for joining me. And until next time, I'll catch you guys on the next one. Take care. All right, what'd you catch, Robert?
Catfish.
Is that your first one?
It's my first catfish.
Yeah. What are you going to name him? Whiskers?
Yes.
Hold it up. All right.